What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a daily range case study on none other than NAS100. Let me fix my chair real quick. I don't have a face cam for this video, unfortunately. I will in the future, but for this video, you're just going to have to take the charts here. If you guys hear any moving right now, it's because I was switching my chair. But nonetheless, let's get right into this daily range. So this daily range case study is going to be for August 4th, 2002, which is Thursday. So let's do it right here. We're going to get the previous day's highs from the previous Wednesday on the 3rd. Boom. Previous day's high. Come all the way down here. We're going to get the previous day's low. First thing you're going to notice is the previous day's low never got ran through due to the fact that yesterday was a bullish day. So we didn't run that previous day's low. We ran that previous day's high. We have the Asian session range right here. And then if you also look, we have the 12 a.m. open right here. Now there's going to be a few areas in price that I want you guys to be paying attention to because it's going to be very important to why this happened. So I want you to pay attention to this low, this high, and this low right here. I think those are going to be the areas that matter the most in my opinion. So let me get rid of this Asian session range indicator, and I'm going to just mark this up like this for you guys. Just like that. Boom. We're going to get rid of that indicator. There we go. Okay. First thing I want you guys to realize is if you look below here, what happened when we ended up coming down and creating this low of the day? First thing I noticed is we ended up running down and creating this low of the day after price ran below and cleared the Asian session lows. So we ran below the Asian session lows, and also keep in mind where we are in price. We were holding this big figure 13,200 level. So now that we held that level, what ended up happening? Price ended up creating the low of the day at this time. We got the low of the day at what time? The lowest point was at 10:30. So let's annotate that. Low of the day at 10:30 a.m. along with the 13,200 big figure level rejection. What else happened? The Asian range lows got ran plus Asian range low got ran. What other confirmations did we have? Let's also now go to a higher time frame, such as the hour. In this little area right here, what do you see? Where we came down and created this wick, what is in this area? We have a fair value gap. And if you don't know what a fair value gap is, I have a video on that separately. I'm not going to go over in this video, but we have a fair value gap right in between here on the 1 hour time frame. Now we're going to go back to that 15 and look at how price respected that fair value gap after it tapped into it at that 10:30 right there. So now we're going to add that also. So we also had that 1 hour fair value gap. And this is what led price to creating this low of the day that we got all the way down here. So now we're going to move on to our next point. And also I forgot to annotate before that happened, we also had this high that got created at 6:30 after the previous day's high got ran. So right over here, that's what I'm going to annotate. This is when price ran above the previous day's high. Oh, don't know what just happened. Okay. We had the previous day's high target right here. Okay, so that happened first. London session, we consolidated after getting out of Asian session. Continued to run above, target the previous day's high, ran back below, had a retest before coming down, creating the low of the day at 10:30, tapping into 13,200, holding that level, running the Asian range lows, and then holding that fair value gap that was on the 1 hour time frame. So what am I going to do next? Let's say, for example, you would have missed this ideal trade because you're not always going to be able to catch the bottoms. That's just what it comes down to. So what could you have done? Simply wait for price to go higher. So what did price do? Ran above this high. After it ran above that high, you simply would have been waiting for price to have a retest back into this area after price ran that high. So what would I do personally? I'll pull a fib from that low, which started low of the day, to the area in which it creates that high. So right in here, as you can see, We got that high, ran back below, tapped into this last down candle before the up move, which is going to be our 15-minute bullish order block right here. Let me get rid of that. We're going to move it over a little bit. Let me get this arrow. As you can see, look where the arrow is. Price traded right back into that order block and also tapped into the 62% of that fib right there. So now we have multiple confirmations for why we would expect price to have a push from here. And also keep in mind what time it was, 12:30. So we have time and price matching up. So let's annotate that. We had 12:30. Was it PM or AM? AM. No, it was PM. 12:30 PM. We had the fib long along with the 15-minute bullish order block. Just like that. Was there any other confirmations? No, that was the only confirmations for that specific trade idea right there. So let's have that annotated right there. So you had this potential re-entry that would have been valid. And then from here, what did end up happening? Price ended up trading higher, creating this high of the day all the way at 22:30, which is 10:30. So we have the high of the day at 10:30 p.m. Where did we end up closing off at? We closed off at, looks like 13,350 mid fig. And let me just make sure I'm 100% on that. Right in here. Yeah, we have that 350 mid figure level right in there. And that's where we ended up getting that high of the day. So for the most part, yesterday was a pretty choppy day on the intraday basis, because this is when I was looking at the charts for the most part. And when this all happened, I was already off the charts. I was looking to catch this sell, but I ended up missing it, and I ended up having a 0% day. So it is what it is. But nonetheless, there's still a lot of things in here that you could have capitalized on based off the fact that you understand what the market is doing and how it moves. So basically, that is it for that. Now we're going to draw the schematic of what happened today. So we had the Asian session range before London session had that push to clear the previous day's high. We kind of consolidated a little bit before eventually having that major drop. That was going to eventually continue us bullish for the day. So here, I'm going to put it up here. So this is just a basic schematic of the setup that happened today. It was an overall bullish New York reversal for our Thursday. It was something I was anticipating off of this 13,200 level. I didn't anticipate it was going to come this far deep, but it did end up tapping into this fair value gap. And nonetheless, even though it is hindsight, you can still learn a lot from these situations like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to send it in the Telegram. So make sure if you're not in the Telegram, you join that. And then that's really it that I have for you guys. So if you found this video helpful in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be consistently doing these daily ranges on a daily basis again. So if you used to watch them and they used to be helpful to you, then I'm glad I'm back with them. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all soon.